The Syrian coast experienced a serious escalation over the past week, with a rebellion breaking out and hundreds of civilians from the Alawite minority being killed by the forces of the country's Islamist government in retaliation. The rebellion broke out on March 6th following a deadly operation by government forces in the town of Beit Anah in the countryside of Latakia. The move was led by a force dubbed the Military Council for the Liberation of Syria. The commander of the force was revealed to be Gaith Dalla, a former senior commander of the now-dissolved Syrian Arab Army's 4th Division. The rebels saw initial success in Latakia, Qadaha, Jable, Banias, and Tartus. However, they were overpowered by government forces, which brought in large reinforcements on March 7th. Since then, a series of massacres against Alawite civilians have been taking place. On March 8th, Russia opened Kamaymin Air Base near Jable for hundreds of Alawite refugees and called on all respected leaders of the country to stop the bloodshed. In an attempt to contain the situation, the Syrian interim government announced on March 9th that it had formed a judicial committee to investigate what it described as recent events on the Syrian coast. And on March 10th, the government said that its operations against the so-called remnants of the Assad regime on the coast had ended. Nevertheless, the killings continued. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights said in a report on March 11th that 47 separate massacres had taken place on the coast, with a total of at least 1,225 victims. The London-based monitoring group noted in previous reports that an additional 231 security personnel and 250 rebels had also been killed in the escalation. According to the group, a single civilian was killed on March 6th, 160 others were killed on March 7th, 366 on March 8th, 303 on March 9th, 263 on March 10th, and at least 132 on March 11th. Videos and photos posted to social networks showed the bodies of dozens of victims, including women, children, and elderly men who had been slaughtered or shot from point-blank range. Syrian government forces and affiliated militants, including foreign fighters, mostly from Central Asia and the North Caucasus, were responsible. By March 11th, the massacres had displaced at least 10,000 Alawites to the governorate of Bel-Bik Hamel in eastern Lebanon, with more than 7,000 others taking shelter at Kamaymin Air Base. The Syrian government does not appear to have the will or the ability to end the killings on the coast, which has already damaged both its reputation and legitimacy. Meanwhile, the Alawites appear to have lost all trust in the government, with some of the sect leaders even demanding a military intervention by Israel.